Okay, perfect. So now let me get the slides so that we know what we are talking about here. Sure. And then let me go here. Let me see if I can get the slides in a better. Okay. Okay. So let me get started. So just to introduce myself, my name is Dr. Grażyna Padziunen, and we are going to talk about how to transform your body and mind to look and feel better than ever before. And I am a scientist. I have a PhD in electrical engineering. I was invited to United States to teach electrical engineering at the university, and I was working a lot in biomedical field. So, and I will tell you later how I got into this field, but first I will tell you about the goal of this webinar. It is going to be short webinar, and I'm going to show you why our body degenerates and what we can do to prevent or even reverse this process. So this is basically the topic. So first of all, let's talk about the aging process. So I think that you agree that aging is, we are drying out. So we see that you dry out in your skin, and Amber is a beautician, right? So you see it very well. And also in our joints, and also in the entire body. And why we are drying out? Because we lose about 10% of connective tissue integrity every 10 years. And we actually cannot get it back through diet or exercise alone. And that's what I'm going to show you why this has happened. But the consequence of this is that the probable in almost certain future, if you do nothing about it, you end up in the statistics, because this is the statistics which when I saw it, I was actually very disappointed, because I see it, but I didn't know it is so bad. So for example, for households age 65, 79, 45% of people have activity limitations, 28% have mobility limitations, and about 20% have self-care limitations. So they need somebody to really take care of them. But if people are living longer and longer, and if they do nothing, so if they reach age 80, the statistics is even worse. That we have the 71% already, they have household activity limitations. 45% have mobility limitations, so almost every second person, and 34% need somebody to take care of them. And so this is but we don't need to end up in that statistics. We actually can prevent it. So, and that's what I am saying, with using our unique and patented system, we can prevent, and prevention is always easier than reversal. And this is something I want to mention, that our bodies start degenerating already before we notice the side effects. In other words, we should start our prevention when we are 20 or 30 years old, and not at 60 or 70, because then it's much easier prevent than reverse. And here is one of the examples. So look, this woman with our system, 3 months, look, she sent me this picture. That's why I ask everybody to take a picture, because you can document yourself the changes that you can achieve. So look, this happened in 3 months. This is self-explanatory. And here is, I want to play you this also this testimony, because that's amazing what happened.
was at a turning point because the head of neurology was recommending spinal cord surgery for me for cervical spinal stenosis, and I was looking for alternatives. So I figured that since it helped my friend Judy, that it might be beneficial for me in means of possibly avoiding the surgery. And I was able to avoid the surgery. I'm no longer in discomfort with my back. I never needed the spinal cord surgery.
At one point on my shoulder, I had a hard time even lifting a water jug out of the fridge, you know, and now I'm doing bench pressing with 350 pounds. I'm competing in the WPC, Canadian National Powerlifting Competition. And at one point, I never thought I'd ever be able to bench press again. My shoulder was that bad. I actually thought that I'd probably have to resort to having surgery done. And it wasn't until I heard the story of youthful Chad that how he had almost the same kind of issue with his shoulder. And I said, you know, if it works for him, it's got to work for me. You know, and I'll tell you, I'm pretty amazed at the results that I've gotten from this. And how my shoulder has gotten so much better.
After many injuries over a number of years, I got to the point where I couldn't lift my arm without it being excruciating. I had my doubts, but I decided to give it a try. I did, and after about 3 months, and with the continuing lightweight rehabilitation, all of a sudden I could begin to use my shoulder again. And then after about a year, I was to the point where I was totally without any discomfort and had a free range of motion and resumed all the activities I'd like to do. Being among them, water skiing, lifting weights, and doing work in my yard with hedge trimmers above my head.
I was in a trying when I was in a neurology. I was recommending spinal surgery for me for
Wow. Let me see if I can stop this. Okay. I'm sorry. So you've been struggling because there are several reasons. Number one, you did it the hard way. So number one, I am working with a lot of clients who are doing everything correctly, but they still have problems with mobility or wrinkles. So maybe you didn't know how to choose the correct nutrition for your body. Or maybe you wasted a lot of money for supplementations that did not work. And this is critical because a lot of them, they don't work and the companies will not tell you what are their limitations. And or you did not exercise or did not know how to choose the right exercises because it's maybe you did too much, maybe you did not correctly exercises. I tell you, if you do that correctly, the system works. Or you did not have any clear goals and clear system, and maybe you didn't have a support. So this is a reason why many people fail. So let me give you 3 secrets that to our youth building. So secret number 1, you need to set clear goals. You need to know exactly what your body needs to start feeling better. And everybody is different. So this is something you probably need somebody to do it with so that you know for your body, for your situation, what is the goal. Secret number 2, set a clear roadmap how to achieve these goals. And secret number 3, you'll be shocked when I show you how using our system, you can transform your body and mind to look and feel better than you did 10 or 15 years ago. So let's start from secret number 1, how to know exactly what your body needs to start feeling better. So the first thing you need to define what is your goal. That's why when I talk to people, I ask, first of all, what you want to achieve. So number 1, do you want to lose weight? Do you want to build muscle? Do you want to improve mobility and flexibility, or reduce stress, or maybe improve hydration, or reduce wrinkles, or increase in energy and productivity? A lot of people, they want most of it, and we can create a plan how to achieve this. The thing which I really am very excited about is about the research from the Harvard Medical School, recent research, which they have proven that they can reverse the aging in mice. They haven't applied yet to people, but it's amazing what they can achieve with the mice. And they concluded that aging actually is a disease, because if we eliminate or reverse aging, we won't have to worry about getting cancer at 70, heart disease at 80, or Alzheimer's at 90. Because, and this is amazing, that somehow our cells know the body can reset and still know which genes should be turned on and off, and when they, at the time when they were young. So this is somehow coded in our body. And also they are using regeneration system similar that some animals use, like salamandra limb. When you cut it, it can regrow. Fish tail, the same thing. Or the finger of the mouse also will grow back. So, and actually we are starting in some universities, we are already starting research and proving that our bodies can start to regenerate themselves, because these findings indicate that backup information about our youth is stored in the body. So you know what? We could reset it the same way how we can reset computer. So like computer, we press a button and it can reset itself. Well, it's not that easy with our bodies, but our body, it's proven, our body can heal itself, but we need to provide the right conditions. And these right conditions at the moment we are going to talk about. So process of aging, they are, as I said, prevention is always easier than reverse, but you have to understand one thing, that we have two numbers. One number is chronological age. That, for example, I am 72 and I cannot change it. I was born a certain day. I am, 72. I can't change that. However, biological age we can influence. And this, for example, in my case, I'm 58. So which are more important? Obviously, biological age. Chronological age is just a number. It's just a number. And biological age we can influence. And this is amazing. And this is what we try to do. So what is the reason that we get degeneration of our connective tissue? So let's think about it. What is, if we have degeneration of connective tissue, so let's think about what connective tissue is built of. So the main components of connective tissue are three. They are collagen, which is the green one, hyaluronic acid, which is the gray one, and also chondroitin sulfate, and also other glycosaminoglycans. But these are the main components. You have question? Okay. So if they are, and look what happens to them when we age. And there are some places in the world, like for example, in Japan or Italy, South Italy, the so-called blue zones, where people will live to over 100 and they do not have these problems that we do have. So scientists were checking out, and what they found out that those curves are more flat over there. So why those people don't lose those, and why we do? Their lifestyle, their food, how they eat, what the air they breathe, and so on and so on. So this is the reason why we are losing that. So what is the obvious solution? Obvious solution would be how to get it back to our bodies so that our body can understand it and rebuild itself. So a lot of people are talking about the collagen, but actually collagen is not enough because collagen is just like a brick in the house. Hyaluronic acid is like a cement connecting those bricks. And if you lose hyaluronic acid, you dry out because each molecule of hyaluronic acid attracts 1000% of its own weight of water. So without hyaluronic acid, we have dehydration. That's why a lot of old people that I met that drink a lot of water, they are still dehydrating. And dehydration cause a lot of other medical problems. So this is very critical, how we can rebuild and get back to our bodies these components. So here is for joints, because a lot of people have joint, almost every second person today have a joint problem. So let's talk about it. So here is a normal joint, bone and bone. It is covered with cartilage, and this green thing here is synovial fluid. It's like the oil that helps us to move the joint, right? So why this is getting degenerated? Because guess what? Synovial fluid is made of hyaluronic acid. So if we see here, when hyaluronic acid is dropping so rapidly, and actually today it's even more steep, this curve. So obviously that is clear that we have, we dry out. So our joints dry out and we have bone on bone situation, the cartilage is being destroyed, and then we have osteoarthritis. And then you go to the doctors and they say, cut, and put the replacement. Well, does replacement going to solve your problem? What is the original problem? The problem is degeneration of connective tissue. So if we do the joint replacement, does it solve that problem? No. The problem still remains, because if we don't rebuild, then the problem still remains. And after one joint, we'll have another joint, and then connective tissue is 80 to 90% of our bodies. So we have problems with eyes, with gums, with all the other places, even with the cardiovascular system. So everything is much better to rebuild instead of just replace. And this is why we couldn't. I was working with professors from orthopedia, and they told me that this was very, very critical. The orthopedic surgeons knew if we only could put the synovial fluid inside the joints, we would be at home. But they didn't have possibilities to rebuild it. At this moment, there are injections, and I will talk about it in a second. But in general, this is the problem. Rebuild, first of all, synovial fluid. And then if we rebuild synovial fluid, then the cells of the cartilage are being duplicated and they are going to rebuild. Okay, then what happened? Well, the problem was that actually we didn't have the possibilities to rebuild it. Yes, suitable exercises can increase a little bit of self generation of both hyaluronic acid and collagen, but and suitable nutrition definitely is a little bit speeds up the process, but not enough. That's not enough. So the company from the California, GMP Labs, they discovered a natural source. So one molecule, natural source, that actually uniquely mirrors human cartilage. And if you see that, this is the patented collagen hyaluronic acid matrix. This is how it's built, as you see here. And here is the human cartilage. When we take away water and we look at these proportions, we see that it is 1-to-1. It actually mirrors how our human body is built. So what it means that when you drink this and it's coming directly from your but before that, wait a second, it is still being in nature. So nature, it was still in nature, it has two large molecules, so it still couldn't be absorbed. It is like hyaluronic acid. In most supplements and also cosmetics, the molecule is too large to be absorbed. So it stays on the surface of your skin. It is used even in injections. I told you that the doctors inject hyaluronic acid. They are the large molecules. So it is a filler. In the dermatologists inject hyaluronic acid under the skin. It's a filler, and it's not going to rebuild anything. But it removes pain, because if it fills out, so it creates a space here, and it's going to help with the pain, but we still would like to rebuild it, right? So this is the thing. So this is the problem why we cannot get it from food or other supplements, because that molecule is too large to be absorbed. So what happened? It was for GMP labs. They hired the scientists from Stanford, Harvard, and Cornell, and they worked 20 years in order to find what is the optimal size of that molecule and to create it. So they found out the molecule cannot be too small, the molecule cannot be too large. It has to be anywhere between 1.5 and 2.5 kilodaltons. In nature, it's 300 plus. So, and they made it. So this is the very first supplement that you have that actually has absorbable form of hyaluronic acid. And these are all, we have 37 clinical studies. This is one of them. The clinical research shows that increase of hyaluronic acid within 28 days, 6,000%. And this is another clinical study showing that reduce the enzyme hyaluronidase, which kills hyaluronic acid in our bodies. It's also in 3 months over 80%, as you see here. And also they measure the dryness of the skin. And of course, by looking at the skin, we can see what happens in the body. But the dryness of the skin without use of topical moisturizers drops 75%. So this is our system. So basically, the whole system is not just taking supplements, although they are critical, but limiting food, get good nutrition, and drink a lot of clean water. Then supplementation. Supplementation, I would say most of the people have, like house in a fire. So that means that, let's say your house got fired. So first we have to get the fire down and then start rebuilding. So in order to get the fire down, we have to deal with inflammation. So very often I start also with inflammation. Then we can rebuild the connective tissue and hydrate our body with this collagen hyaluronic acid matrix. And this is critical how you are going to take it. You have to drink it slowly, keep it in your mouth, and going directly to your cells. Most of this has, as I said, perfect structure, exactly mirroring our body. So when you're drinking, our body recognizes as its own and being absorbed. So the body says, yes, I want it, I lose it, I need it to be able to rebuild itself. And also we take care of microflora, and we help with cleansing digestive system. A lot of people have problems with so-called leaky gut, we have to rebuild the digestive walls, especially after 40. And also we have to regulate hormones. For women, we have a possibility to regulate hormones without hormones and without soy. And this is for younger women as well as for menopause. So helping with the symptoms of, and of course, we talk about detoxification, about balance, exercise routine. As a matter of fact, I have a video on my YouTube channel where I show for different problems, we go over the exercise routines. And here is, I don't know if you know about it, but here is an amazing benefit of a suitable exercise routine. Look, it reduces risk of cancer by 40%, cut risk of stroke by 45%, slash risk of diabetes by 50%, half of the risk of premature death from heart disease, and helps to protect women from osteoporosis. Just one example. In my case, I had osteopenia when I was 65. When I was 70, they tested my bones are perfect. At 71, even better. So can we rebuild? Yes. I have a person who had problems with the hip, and 1 year, take MRI, hip is perfect. But there is many things to follow. It's necessary to put work, awareness, and good plan to achieve those results. So you have also concentrate of mental well-being. Stay hydrated, so drink a lot of water, use clean products, and stay consistent and track your progress. This is critical. And very often we need a professional guidance and support group to implement this. Because it's like, you want to go to Mount Everest? Yes, there is a road, you could climb it. However, most people would not do it. We need a guide, and the same here. So here is one example I can play.
I had gone to rent a U-Haul from a friend of mine who teaches salsa dancing and rents U-Hauls. And while I'm there getting the truck, the guy who's older than me squats all the way down to the ground and bounces up 3 times like a yo-yo. Now, I've had very much pain in my knees for 7 years. Haven't been able to run in 7 years. I said, whatever you're taking, I want it. I signed up, I think that same day or that next day. He gave me a bottle while I was waiting for mine to come in. And I started taking it right away. He said, take a swig in the morning, one in the evening. I took a swig every 2 hours. That first day, I felt better. In 8 days, I was able to run, walk. In less than 3 weeks, I just ran a mile the other day. Haven't done that in 7 years. I've been able to walk without severe pain in my knees. So I had.
Okay, so this was Eddie. So again, to summarize, he had pain in knees for 7 years, could not run, could not walk without pain. Now, first day, he felt better. In 8 days, but he took more. Remember, he took more, and you can take more if you have pain. You can take there are clinical studies proven that you can take 30 times more. There are no side effects. So that's what he did. So in 8 days, he was able to walk and run. In a month, he ran half a mile. So that works. Now, secret number 2, set a clear roadmap how to achieve your goals. So for example, setting clear goals is essential for any transformational journey. So here are some examples of specific goals related to different aspects of body and mind transformation. So for example, if you want to lose weight and have a lean body, you use lean body system, and you tell, I want to lose 10 pounds in 3 months. You will set up that goal. It has to be realistic. You have to know how much money it will cost to invest in certain supplements. Or you have to reduce body fat percentage by 5% within 6 months. Again, or you want to improve mobility and flexibility. That's what I work mostly with with our people with on the number 2 or 3. So for example, you want to participate in your favorite activities without discomfort without 6 months. Absolutely possible. I work in this field for 12 years and we have a lot of examples. Maximum, it was 1 year when I needed to work with a person to achieve the goal. Or you have hydrate your body and increase flexibility within 3 months. Or wrinkle reduction, rebuild your skin and increase hydration. Take a photo of your face each month and see, zooming on the skin and see the results. So this is, for example, I give you here some, this is, no, I won't go back. So this is my friend. So this is 3 months. So this is what I tell her to do. That was one picture, and this is after 3 months. So you see the quality of the skin. That's how it changes. So you know already, you have heard his story, Kirk's story from Canada. He had pain in the shoulder, could not even lift a water jar. And doctors suggested surgery, and he lost hope he could ever bench press again. When he came to us, he just said, if I only can go to the gym again, I would be very grateful. Well, we are working with him for 8 months. And in 8 months, this is what he was able to achieve. He's doing bench presses with 350 pounds, competing in the WPC Canadian National Powerlifting, and breaking a world record in his age group. That is the result. So let me ask you a question, and you can answer, you can write in the chat or just answer yourself. Do you believe that setting clear goals is essential for any transformational journey? And if you want to write in the chat, would be great. So now the secret number 3, you'll be shocked when I show you how using our system, you can transform your body and mind to look and feel better than you did 10 to 15 years ago. So here is Dr. Kelly Maton. And so she's a cosmetic physician, board certified in physical medicine and rehabilitation. And so that's what she said. She had, let me just see if I can go back to this. Okay.
So I have a private cosmetic practice in New York. I'm a lifetime trained doctor. My background is in spine and sports. I was a sports doctor for 10 years before I switched over to the cosmetic realm, and that's what I do now. I want you to realize how plain and simple and easy this sport is. My patients cannot get enough of this, nor can I. We have won awards from every bone and joint category you can possibly imagine. We Beauty Magazine, Frost and Sullivan, we're industry standard, and I am so jealous to be part of this. Almost my, it's not a privilege, it's a right, it's something that I feel that I need to do as a physician to share the things that I have found. I thank Dr. Visibly and for inviting me and learning about this. I have almost every one of my patients is on this. And if you're a patient of any kind of anti-aging, you really need to be on this. You now have the power to go out and change so many other people's lives. It's really changed my life, and I get to go out and change other people's lives.
All right, let me just see
Well, that's really
if I am able to switch it off.
Thanks to this.
Okay, and there is another.
Well, I'm a PhD psychologist and I'm a love expert. So that means 2 things. Number one, I am very skeptical about any kind of product, although I've tried literally thousands of products throughout my lifetime in terms of health and beauty, right? Number 2, being a love expert, it's very important. I do a lot of teaching, live teaching on the videos. There's a lot of people make documentaries about my work, as a dating expert, and been on the Today Show and everything. It's very important for me to look young. And my husband looks at me and says, "You look like you've had a facelift." I'm like, "Oh my God, it's true." My skin, you can see the condition of my skin. My skin just started plumping up and glowing and being so healthy. It's just amazing. And it's not just on my face, but it's also all over my body. My dry eyes are much, much better. I would say they're 80% better.
Fantastic. Now let me see if I manage. Okay. And there is something that I want to show you, a dog, because many people say, oh, it's placebo effect. So this dog is before this collagen hyaluronic acid matrix, and this is 11 weeks later. So look, this is later, this is before. So you see definitely there is a big difference. So let me just go. So our story, basically, this is my son, Tony, and I don't know how to get this one came up here. I have no idea, but let me just keep going. So anyhow, we are working, as you see.
Many people ask me, what? I'm an outside trained doctor.
This is amazing. Why this is okay. I get out of that. Okay, there is another example. We have Elizabeth from Georgia, and I have many people who have back problems, and they solve that. So before, she had the problem with the lower back for 28 years. The doctors told her that she will end up on a wheelchair, and that she also had the problems with gums and needed the gum surgery. As a matter of fact, they started already rebuilding their house so that she can move with that wheelchair. She worked 8 months with us, and she has no discomfort in her back, but already 6 months in the process, she still had problems. So if she would stop, she would never achieve the results. But that was 6 years ago, and she till today has no discomfort in her back. She has no problems with her gums, and she canceled her gum surgery, and she lives discomfort-free and enjoys her life. And we have many, many examples like that. So to sum it up, we have 3 secrets to youth building. Set clear goals, how to know exactly what your body needs. So for example, Elizabeth said, I want to cure my back. I don't want to have back problems. So we set up system for her. Kirk said, I need to move my shoulder. So we had system for him, right? Then we set a clear roadmap how to achieve these goals. And then we are having the results with many, many, many satisfied customers. So if you want to know more about the system, you can book your youth building discovery call with us. You can just scan it or just go to this link and you can just book the call with us. Why to build a call? Because number one, to get a crystal clear on your health goals for the next 6 months and have a good, confident mindset that you can achieve it. Number two, we will together discover what is the core problems and your biggest fear and how we can address them and help you to eliminate them. A lot of people do not believe that they can rebuild. A lot of people think that the only solution for them is joint replacement. And many, many times we prove them wrong. And they were very, very happy about that. And reason number three, see if it makes sense for us to work together. So now, this free discovery call is only for those who are serious about their health goals, who are willing to invest and work to transform, who are not looking for a quick fix. As I said, sometimes it takes 6 months, sometimes may take up to the year, but it always worked. Only for those who want to enjoy their lives and being able to take care of themselves. It's work, unfortunately. Being able to move freely without a wheelchair or walker and want to look younger than they did 10 years ago. So again, if you want to, here is the, you can scan it or you can go to the link and book a call. And now, for anybody who is participating, here is a gift. I have the free proven guide to our age reversing system. You can have free download just by going to this link. And I know you probably still got questions. That's why you can book a call and all your questions can be answered. So that's it. Thank you so much. And let me stop recording.